Hi everybody, it's Diana, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm going to show you a super cute card today. The original card was one, and I think this is the very last card from the fall social, so I will show that, but I did it different, but it's the same layout and everything because I wanted to just play around with a stamp set that I had not even mounted yet. So it was just screaming to get some ink on it. So that's what I'm going to show you today. And so let's get started, right? I'll turn my phone over. All right, so let me get all situated in the group and all that good stuff. Phones are on mute. I swear, I always forget something. All right, looks good. Let me turn this light on over here. Alrighty. Okay, I had moved things around. So, all right, that looks good. Okay. So let me show you the original card. Now this is the card that everybody made for the virtual fall social. And this uses the little owl set and the die. So the die actually comes in the bundle, and it's the Peek-a-Hoot. And that's where you get this shape here that punches out the little tags, but it gives you that hole. So that's where that came from, and then the little owls and stuff. But so this is the card that they did. But like I said, I wanted to, hey sister, I wanted to do a different one. So today we are just going to have some fun, and I'm going to just color a bunch of stuff. So hopefully that's fine. All right, so let me move this out of the way. So what I'm using is the Peek-a-Hoot, like I showed you, the little hole. And then I wanted to use something different. Now, I did use the winter snow. So that's the same thing that I used on the original card. So it has the winter snow embossing folder, and it just adds the fun little snowflakes on there. So I still used that. All right, let me move that out of the way. But what I did was I used the Freezin Fun bundle, and then it has the Freezin Friends dies, and then that way I didn't have to fussy cut out the little critters. So I definitely wanted to use them. So let me show you the pieces that I'm going to be using today. All right, so I'm using the Coastal Cabana cardstock, and that's the card base. Then I have a piece of Real Red, because I'm going to be using the Real Red blends, and I wanted that to pop. And then I'm using a piece of the Snowflake Splendor DSP, and then this is where this piece will go over top of here. And then of course I always have my little piece of the DSP that will go on the inside. So before we get going with all that, let's get our little critters out and start coloring, because that's the fun part anyway. All right, so let me see here. So I have all my little pieces already die cut it out. And how I did that, so I can do a bunch of cards, I already showed you how to do this one other time. Let me go up just a little bit so you can see that a little there. So I stamped my little pieces on the paper, then I ran it over and I cut out all my dies, and then I put this piece of paper right back in the Stamparatus, and I've left these guys on here, and then all I had to do was drop the little, and then I just die cut a bunch of shapes out, and then all I had to do was drop the little shape there. Now, of course, it wasn't stamped because I stamped it ahead of time. And then I just ink it and go, and I can do so much faster. So I have showed this on a past video, and I need to remember to link to that video. So if I don't mention it, then please remind me, because my old brain, I swear, it doesn't have as good a memory as it used to. All right, so let me pull my light down a little bit. All right, so we have all these fun little pieces. So I've got a couple little trees. I have the fun little penguin, the skiing bunny, some snowballs, the sledding raccoon, and my greeting, my little wee. So these are the pieces that I'm going to be coloring. So let me get my little blend bucket over here so you can see. All right, so I'm going to start, and it's so weird because if I was coloring with a blender pen and the pencils or an aqua painter and the ink refills, I would never start with red. I would always start my red last, just because it bleeds and it gets all over the place when you're using water-based inks. But with the alcohol inks, I don't have to worry about that. So I've been finding myself that I'm almost doing the red first, just to get that initial pop of color. So let me start first. Now I know I just said I'm using red, but I'm using my light soft suede because I've already taught you. Oh, you know what? I grabbed the dark one. I might want to read the pen. All right. So I got my light soft suede, and I'm going to add my soft suede first before I add my red. And what that does, it will actually give me 3 different colors of the red. So I know I've talked about that before, but just in case you're new or need to be reminded, that's why I'm putting the soft suede. So that scarf's going to be red. Let's see, this scarf's going to be red. Underneath his chin. Let's see, what else? The little raccoon, his little hat's going to be red. Now, if you're going to do like a bunch of these, I wouldn't put the soft suede on, like, say you had like 10 cards you're making, I wouldn't do all of them. Like, I would just do 1 card at a time. In regards to, see how I'm adding this soft suede? I wouldn't do like a whole bunch and let them sit. So these aren't going to be sitting too long. So I don't have to worry too much about that getting too dry where it won't blend out. Okay, so now I'm going to take my dark real red. And hopefully you can see okay. And then I'm going to go right over top of where I was with the soft suede, but I'm going to extend it out a little bit, and then that will give me that 3 shades of the red. Okay, so I'm going a little bit out so you can see like a dark red, not as dark, and then we'll have the light. So we'll have 3 different colors of the red. All right. Oops, I jingled a little bit. Every once in a while, it's almost like I have like a little, I don't even know what to call it. Could just be old age, but I'll almost get like a little spaz or something, and my hand will like jerk. So every once in a while, that happens. And I'll go out of the line. I don't even know what it is. All right. Maybe my sister knows. She's my medical go-to person. All right. So now I'm doing the little bunny. His little scarf. This is such a cute little set. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it took me this long to actually get some ink on it. But I have another little card in my mind, and I want to try it out. So you'll probably be seeing this set again very soon. I wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh my gosh, I need to try this. And so I'll make a note in my phone so it will remind me the next day. All right. I used to have a piece of paper beside the bed, and I would just try to scribble it without the lights on. And then in the morning, I'd be like, what in the heck did I just write there? Because I can't read my writing. So at least the phone doesn't light up the room super much. So that's what I've been doing. Even though my calendar is a paper calendar, I'm still old-fashioned in that regards. All right, so there's that. Finish this scarf, and I think we're almost done with the red. But look how cute. Just adding that one color, that red just pops. All right. Let's see. Don't know what it is, but oh, so my sister has that same jerky kind of, and maybe it's just, maybe we all have it. Who knows? All right, so now I'm going to take my light pool party. So I'm just kind of going all sort of different places. Whatever marker I grab out of the bucket, basically. And that's another thing that's so cool about these markers. I don't have to be too particular. I almost said the A word that I say all the time, and then it's not a good word to say. So OCD or whatever. All right. So I'm just putting a little bit of the light pool party on my tree, and this is where the snow would be. So I just wanted to give it like a subtle kind of look of snow, and also on my snowballs. And there's like little lines already stamped on the snowballs. So that's just where I did them. All right. Then I want to get my cute little critters some pink cheeks like normal. So that's going to be the little flirty little cheeks on each of my critters. This little guy, the raccoon, that's his mask or whatever. It is so fun. It almost makes him look like he's one of the Kiss people, one of those Kiss singers. All right, so now I'm going to do my trees, and I use the Just Jade just because it's a little brighter of a green, and it really went well with the DSP. So that's why I chose the Just Jade, because usually you would grab like Old Olive. You know, I'm always grabbing the Granny Apple, but I didn't want it to be as bright as the Granny Apple. And this Just Jade goes so well with the Coastal Cabana, so I wanted to use that. Plus my niece's name is Jade, so I just like saying that color. All right, so there was the dark. I also want to put this little thing on the raccoon's head, the little hat ball, and then my little, oh, I forgot this guy's scarf. Look at that. He was hiding, that little penguin. So I'm going to put that on his scarf or his hat there. And I want this to have some of the green. I think that's good. So let me grab my light red. Sorry about that. I totally didn't even see him there. So as well as having those spasms on my hand, I guess I'm a little blind too. I don't know what how much stronger they can make my glasses. They're already trifocals. What the heck goes after trifocal? All right, so now I'm going to do the light jade. And I'm just going to fill in the rest of the area. So cute. This set is fun. The images are so fun to color. They're a great size because I will be the first one to say, like, sometimes we need our images just to be a little more chunkier, just a little bit more room to color. So I love this one because it's just perfect for making like the little scenes, and they're not so big that you can't get a bunch of things going on. So this one is fun. And then it has that matching die. That is a keeper. I wish the gnomes had a die. Oh my gosh. Because they have such a cute set. And I don't mind fussy cutting, but some people don't. All right, so I'm just going to get that line out just a little bit. Just go over top of it just to soften it a little bit. But I don't mind that it's showing fully. Then I'm going to take my dark again and just go right underneath this line. And that's going to darken that up even more. So I'm just following the line where the snow is on the tree. And then the trees are done. So I'll set them aside. Super cute. My snowballs are done too. So if I get those out of the way, then I won't miss my little guys as I'm coloring like I did the penguin. All right. So the penguin, I'm going to do his little yes, we get our love of fussy cutting from Granny. That's what my sister said. Granny loved a fussy cut for sure. I remember playing store and she'd have things cut out of magazines so we could chop. Like things from books. We were very blessed in our growing up for sure. All right. Now I'm going to use, this is the light basic black, and I've talked about the light basic black before. Less is more. It is so strong. I don't even know if I've ever used the dark one because they're very, very dark. So I want to put, on my penguin, I'm going to put just a little bit here and a little bit here. See, I'm just barely putting it there. A little here. And just along the edge. I also want to put a little bit on the raccoon and the tail. And if you don't know how to color little critters, you know what I did? I just Googled raccoon colors, and there's a bunch of different ones. So I just kind of picked the one that was the black and the gray. All right, and then I also want to put a little bit just in the center. And then I won't put it all. And a little bit on his nose. And I don't think I put any on the bunny except his nose. Now I know bunnies' noses are probably pink, but this little guy's got a black nose. Okay, then I'm going to get my dark smoky slate. And I'm going to fill in just a little bit. And this will soften that black up as well. So I'm going to come out from his eyes, and I'm going to go up into his ears. Let's see. And I also want to do the same thing on the little penguin. And that will soften that black. And this, I said, was the dark smoky slate. So that will just make the black not to be so stark. All right, he's good. Now I'm going to take this same dark smoky slate, and I'm going to put a little bit here on the raccoon and a little bit around his leg and here and just a little bit here and a little bit here. And let's see, where else did I put it? On the skis. So I want my skis to be metal skis. You could make them be like crazy colors, but I'm just going to do just regular metal skis. All right, so I think that's all I need for that one. Then I'm going to get the light smoky slate, and I'll finish the skis with the light. And I'm going to do that with the gray. All right, so I have my little bunny. Now I need to go finish my little raccoon. So this is the light smoky. I'm going to leave a little bit in the center there. Finish his little face and his ear. And don't forget that arm. Let's see what else. I want to put a little bit. This is going to be metal there. This is going to be metal, metal, metal. There's a little bit of metal there. And then the poor little penguin that I keep forgetting. And I forgot his little feet. I forgot his little feet. And his little hair right there. Okay. Then I'm going to let me get his feet while I'm still looking at him. All right. So these are just the pumpkins. So I don't know, I don't know if their feet are pumpkin or not, but my guy is. So, and then the light and the dark pumpkin. Then I have my going gray. So I have light going gray and dark going gray. I'm going to take the light going gray and I'm going to put a little bit here on the tail so that it looks white. And then I'm just going to fill this in here. So it's got a little bit of color, but it is lighter. So I guess I could get that bunny out of there. Let's see. Da, 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 da. All right, so I'm also going to put a little bit of the, what did I say this was? The light going gray. I also want to put a little bit here and underneath there, just because this is white, but it would still have some color to it. So I also want to put a little bit here on the bunny because he's got like white fur on his belly and his little white tail. I want to put a little bit of pink in his ears. This is just a flirty. And then I have, what is this? This is the dark gray granite. I don't know if I used the dark gray granite. I don't think I did. All right. So let's finish these little guys up. So I need to get my light smoky slate back. What am I doing here? Okay, so I want my dark smoky slate. So I want this to look like an old sled where you would have wood on the skidder things, the skis, instead of the metal. Why I chose that. I also am making my bunny to be brown. So he's going to be this soft suede little bunny. So I'm just adding some of the dark and around the edge and down here, just a little bit under here. I don't want him to make him too dark, but you just need to have a little bit of difference in his color. Let me put these back because I keep banging them with my arm. All right, so now I'm going to take the light soft suede. And finish the little ski. So cute. And then finish my little bunny. I was going to leave him white, and then I thought, no, I wanted to give him a little bit of color. So he's a cute little bunny. And then I'm going to also do the ski, oh my gosh, the ski pole. I swear, my noggin. I'm going to do the ski pole with the jade as well. So I'm going right over the little cheeks that I put on there, because you can still see them subtly underneath the soft suede. And if you want to see them more, we'll just add some more. All right, so the bunny's done, the penguin's done, the little raccoon is done, the trees are done, the snowflakes are done. All right, I don't think I forgot anything, except if you want your little cheeks to be a little bit more pink on the rabbit, we will just put some more. All right, so now let's get to the fun part of the card. Well, that was the fun part because I love to color, but so let's put our card together. So first I want to do is I'm going to take my Wii, and this is the classic label punch, and I'm just going to punch out the Wii. I love when we have images that are small enough that you can use the punches. That makes me so excited. And if you aren't sure, punch, what you want to do is, this is just that piece of paper that I just punched out. All right, so just take your punch. So now I have this shape. Now, just take it over to the catalog. Open up your catalog. And what you do is you take your punch and you just lay it, because unless it says this stamp set is a different size, the stamp sets in the catalog are shown the same size as they come. These are exactly the size that they are. So that makes using the punches this way like so easy. So you can just go around with your circle punch or whatever shape and see if it's going to fit or not. So there's a little trick if you didn't know about that. You might already do that, but maybe you don't. All right, then I'm just going to trim off my Wii so it's a little bit shorter. All right, so let me get all these little guys over to here. I'm going to get my card. All right, so the inside, let's do the inside first so I can get that done. And what I did was I just put, I'm using my seal, and I'm going to put my little piece of paper on the bottom, and look how beautiful it goes with this Coastal Cabana. Oh my gosh. Some days I want to repaint my studio and I want to do Coastal Cabana, but because my studio is certainly celery. Remember when we had that color? Okay, so I'm going to put a tree on the inside, and I'm just going to attach it with the glue dots. So there's going to be a little tree over here. And then my greeting is just going to be, 'tis the season to be freezin'. Now, how cute a saying is that? That is too fun. And I'm just using the memento because I have it out, because that's what I use to stamp my little people. And then the Coastal Cabana I'm going to be using for the snowflakes. And I just want to have them kind of like it's a flurry. So just kind of turn that around, and it looks like the snows are going across. All right, so let me close this before I put my hand in it. because that's what I do. All right, so let me get the other pieces. So we have a piece of real red, and that's what this is going to get attached to. So I'm going to build my card before I put it on my card base. So I have my piece of DSP going right on here. And it's a little smaller. And then I have this piece, and that's going to go on here. So there's just a little bit of a frame, or like a little bit of a lip. And then, but I want to, when I put my little critters, I want to kind of tuck them around. So I'm just going to make sure that I put my dimensionals on the edges of my card. I don't want to put them here because I might, when I'm tucking my little critter in, I might hit that dimensional and I'm not going to be able to put it in where I need it to be. So I'm just going to put my little baby dimensionals all around the edge, and that will be totally enough to keep that card up, especially because I'm putting them here and here. I did put one in the center, and that will keep the center from smushing down, but I stayed away from all my holes. All right, so let me bring the card back. You just want to make sure that you trim your DSP a little bit smaller than your card panel here. So let me pull all my dimensionals off. I love the little baby ones, especially when you do have smaller areas. Now I could have used the bigger ones around the side, but I have a lot. Let me stand up so I can get this on there just right, because I want just that small, just a small little layer, so the red is just subtly there. Okay, so now I can put this on my card. So I'm going to use the glue dot so it pops just a little bit. All right, again, I'm going to stand up because that camera is right in the way. All right, cool. Now we can add our little people. All right, so what I did was I just put the little baby dimensionals on all my people. So let me do that. So I'm going to put the little dimensionals on all my little pieces. And the same thing, I just kind of put the dimensionals towards the center of the critters so that they don't hit the hole. You want to be able to put them. Now the tree is going to go on the outside, so the dimensionals are off to the left side. But my little bunny, same thing. I'm just going to put them down the center so that it allows me to stick them in the hole, but allow some of the other pieces to stick out. And I'll show you what I mean. All right, and then our little wee. So I'm going to put wee on with a glue dot, because I'm going to put the snowballs with the wee beside it, and I want the snowballs to be sticking out more than the wee. So I have my little wees going to go down here, and I'm going to put my little snowballs down beside it. Let's see, stack them. Very, very fun. All right, now let's see. I want my little penguin, so I'm going to stick him in the hole, but I want him kind of crooked. Like I want him like he's almost peeking. So I'm going to put him here. You don't want to stick him too low, so that his feet stick out this hole. Okay, if you're doing other things that are a little longer, then you could cut his feet off. Like say he did, you could just cut his feet off. He will only scream for just a short time and it doesn't really hurt him. But I just made sure that I kind of made him go a little crooked so that his feet didn't stick out of this hole. All right, then I want to take my little raccoon. We call him Rocky Raccoon or something like that. And he's going to go down here. Like that. And see how cute it is? Like he's in the hole, but he's sticking out of the hole. And then this tree will go in front. If I can pick that little tree up. And I will put the list of what I used down in the description. And if you're watching on YouTube, it's down in the description as well. Okay, and then I'm going to put the bunny here, but I don't want to put him like this. I want to make it look like he's actually skiing. So I'm going to angle him a little bit. And I think I forgot, I did too. I forgot to color his little poles. So I'll have to go and color them after. So I'm going to stick his ski under. So he's coming from the back side. And then these skis go over. So he's coming from out of the hole and over this way. It's kind of what, you know. So this was the one I've been staring at. So this is the one I did earlier while I was playing. So they're pretty close to being the same. I guess I should put my little November thing. Don't forget the host code. But I also wondered, I don't know if I should put a ribbon. So I didn't attach the ribbon because sometimes less is more. And I think if I was going to put the ribbon, I would have put the ribbon first so that these little edges would have tucked under. So it would have been just there. So it's still undecided if the ribbon will go on there. But this ribbon looks really cute with this as well. So hopefully you enjoyed those little cards. I think they're like super fun. And I loved this folder or the die. When I first saw cards using this, I just in my head was thinking people were laying individual dies down, which made me want to do some with circles. So I want to do one and actually lay like circle dies and have like different shapes. But this is actually one piece. So when you do these, it does all three, and it also gives you 3 tags. So it's like this double interesting, you know, little die. So anyways, so I'm going to stop jibber jabbing. I want to thank you so much. Let me get myself spun around here. I want to thank you for joining me today, and hopefully you liked that card. I know I colored it from scratch and I even assembled it. I know it made the video longer, but I just wanted to hang out with you today, so I made it be a tad bit longer than you're probably used to. So hopefully I will see you tomorrow for my What You Making Wednesday, and that's in my YouTube group. So that will be a YouTube live. So you want to make sure that you pop on over and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then that way it will tell you when I go live. And I have something cute to show you tomorrow. So I will say have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Night night.